Okay, we are a few minutes early, but we have been joined by Coach Tommy Tuberville from Cincinnati. Go to him now. The Bearcats are 9-2 overall, 6-1 in the American Athletic Conference. Cincinnati had an open date this past week, and the Bearcats are in action Thursday against Louisville at Nippert Stadium. That will be a 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time start on ESPN. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call. If you could take a minute to tell us how your preparations went during the open date as you get ready for the Keg and Nails battle against Louisville Thursday, please.
Thank you. We had good practices last week. The weather was good. We actually were able to go outside a couple of times, and this time of year that's pretty unusual for us. But our guys were focused. I think they're excited that this is the last game until a bowl game. Football gets a little bit long and old, this time of year. It's kind of a grind for everybody, but when your last game really means something in the way of whether it's a chance to go to a different bowl or a possibility of a chance for a piece of the championship, it makes it a lot more fun. And this game being on national television on Thursday night, ESPN, is an extra incentive. So we're playing at home. It's our last game that we'll play in Nippert Stadium for almost 2 years because of our renovations. Monday they'll bring in a wrecking ball and start knocking things down and start renovating old Nippert. And so we're excited about sellout crowd. A lot of people here. Should be a lot of fun.
Take questions for Coach Tuberville, please. Hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
We'll go first to Dan Harrelson with Football.com.
Hey, Coach. Great season so far, and good luck against Louisville. You went to the Alabama-Auburn game this weekend. Just what were your thoughts on what transpired there? And you've also been in a BCS scenario where in 2004 the three teams were close like they are right now. What are your thoughts on one-loss Auburn team compared to Ohio State? Do you think they should be able to jump them?
Well, the Iron Bowl is no different than it ever is. It's just a packed house, a lot of people there, a lot of things on the line. Just this year it had to be, it was more of than just an Iron Bowl. It had a lot of repercussions for conference championship and national championship. Nick Saban possibly winning 3 championships in a row, a lot on the line. And for that game to end like that was just amazing. I've never seen anything like it, and I've been coaching for a long, long time and seen a lot of football games. It was exciting. My son plays there, so I was obviously involved with that, and proud for him to be just a small part of a huge football game that will be talked about for a long time. Now Auburn has to go play a very good Missouri team. It's going to be this is going to be one of Gus Malzahn's toughest times. It was tough for me to coach a game in the championship game after beating Alabama in the Iron Bowl a couple of times. So be interesting to see how that unfolds with that game going in against a very good Missouri team. Ohio State's undefeated. Got a good football team. I get a vote in the poll, and I think Ohio State right now probably is leading everybody else in everybody's mind of being the number 2 team to play a very good Florida State team. But I'm going to hold back my judgment until Saturday because they're playing probably the best team they'll play all year long in Michigan State. I think Michigan State's got a heck of a football team. And then, of course, the Auburn-Missouri game, somebody's going to have a loss no matter what at the end of this one. So that makes college football fun the way we have it right now. It's last year we're in this situation, but I think it's going to be a pretty close finish here at the end. Try to make the championship game. It'd be a lot to talk about.
Well, Coach, good luck against Louisville.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Tom Groshen with Cincinnati Enquirer.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, obviously you've coached in many big games, and this is the next one. How do you approach this with your players? You obviously have more experience with these kind of games than they do, and talk a little bit about Louisville and what problems they present for you.
Well, this is a player's game. Anytime you play a huge game like this at the end of the year, it's not any motivation other than, getting your players, make sure they're focused on what they're doing and going to play. I've never had to motivate a team in a game of caliber. Your players' motivation. So it's a lot of fun. Louisville's got a good football team. They've got it'd be the best team that we play. They had one setback against Central Florida where they were up 28-7, pretty much dominated the game until the last quarter. There's a lot riding on this game. Could possibly be a BCS invitation for the winner of this game, depending on what happens to UCF. So they've got a good defense. They've got a good offense. They've got a very good kicking game. They've got a lot of speed on their team, which makes it pretty special. They've got a lot of seniors. Same team that pretty much beat a Florida team handily in the Sugar Bowl last year. So we got our hands full. They'll be a favorite. We'll be the underdog, but it's a one-game situation, and pretty much like the Iron Bowl was last week. So you go play the best and coach the best and see what happens.
You've seen the weather forecast. I'm sure it looks like it could be a little dicey. Is that tilted either way to either team?
I'm hoping the game's a comfortable game for the fans and the players. But we played in cold, wet weather. They played in cold, wet weather. I don't think it's an advantage for either team. The only advantage we obviously have is being home field, and hopefully we have a packed house for that situation because we're going to need a home field advantage.
Thank you.
And we'll go next to Joey Johnson with the Tampa Tribune.
Tommy, I know you can only control what you can control, and you've had situations where things have been out of your control in your career, but here you are on the brink of potentially closing in on a BCS berth, and you're not going to get a chance to play against UCF to perhaps settle that on the field. Is that a point of frustration, this the way this is broken down for you?
Every conference is like this now. I think I coached in the SEC and played in a couple of championship games where I had to repeat playing somebody twice to win the championship. That's hard to do. It's a little awkward not to have a chance to play everybody in your league. In the last 3 years in the Big 12, and we played everybody, but we didn't have a championship game. I'd like to play everybody, and I think in the future we're going to have a championship game in the AAC. But I don't think we're going to have a chance to play everybody. But maybe with the championship game you can do that. It's a little awkward. You can't control your own situation, but we made our bed. We got to sleep in it. We didn't start off very well. We lost our first conference game, and we've been behind the 8 ball since. So only thing we can do is go play, and Louisville will have a lot to say about it. They're a heck of a football team. So only thing we can do and need to do is worry about Louisville because they're coming in here with the same aspirations as we have.
Thank you, Tom.
And do we have any other questions for Coach Tuberville, please? Coach, well, thank you for your time, not only for today, but during the course of the season, for your participation in the calls. We wish you best of luck going forward.
Thank you.